All right, well, welcome to MahjCon Backstage. In this episode, we're going to be sharing about the event and then give just a couple of updates. So it should be a short episode. And since it's such a small crowd, if you have any questions, you could raise your hand or just chime in and ask any questions along the way. And at the very end, we'll just open it up for Q&A. Any questions you might have, I'll do my best to answer. So the first thing I wanted to do is, now I'm going to be showing the website, and primarily that'll be for people watching the repost. So if you're watching this repost, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions about what we shared tonight, please write your questions in the comment section below the video, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. You could also send us an email at support@mahjcon.com. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Here's the MahjCon website. If you're new to the idea of MahjCon, I'll just briefly explain what it is. MahjCon, the name, was inspired by Dragon Con or Comic Con, MomoCon. It's basically a conference for enthusiasts. So instead of anime and the whole comic book genre, MahjCon is a conference for Mahjong enthusiasts. So we're going to be holding a MahjCon event on an annual basis. This will be where it'll be a multi-day event where people will hopefully meet live. Now, we don't know what's going to be happening next year with this pandemic, so we're going to hold off on sharing too many plans about that because like I say, depending on what happens, we may have to do a virtual event if we still have cooties running around us. So for this year, we are going to go live. We have sold 60 tickets, about 60, I think 63 exactly will be there right now. And most people have been vaccinated as far as we know. So on our homepage, I want to point out that we do have a note about the pandemic and that we are monitoring CDC guidelines for gatherings. And since our gathering is small, which for their number, large gathering is 250 or over. So we're far below that. We'll be under 100 and most likely even below, I would imagine, 75 or 70. So it'll be more intimate than we had planned, which is fine by us. So we'll be able to spread out. We have a big space. We'll be able to spread out as needed. And so I wanted to just briefly explain the COVID page. We have all kinds of information here about the things that we've been learning. And we also have some links on here. So anybody who decides to come or is thinking about coming to MahjCon, be sure to read this page. There's links to the local community, travelers, event planners of what we're looking at, and also CDC trends. And then we have a link to the Florida COVID website as well. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that Zoom, why does it do that here? Let's see. I'll just go back to the homepage here. For the CDC, I wanted to go to the Marriott page because we're basically encouraging people to follow the Marriott guidelines, which is what we're under. We're going to be under in their facility. So we're kind of under their umbrella for their policies, and their current policy is, let's see, I thought we had that on here. Here it is right here. So on their homepage or on their COVID page, they have under shared responsibility, looks like they just changed this. The last time I looked, this is new. So let's just take a peek. Let's see. Okay, so it hasn't changed. They just reworded it. Basically, if you're fully vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask, but I personally would encourage you to. And then if anybody is unvaccinated, they ask that unvaccinated guests wear a mask. So vaccinated, you do not need to wear a mask. If you're unvaccinated, you need to wear a mask. And we will do our best to have space where people can sit apart if they so choose. So that is the update on the COVID issues. And I don't know if any of you all know, but I actually got it. I got it on July 27th, and I did get vaccinated, but I got COVID like 6 weeks after vaccination. So they say that to be fully covered by your vaccine, it's typically 2 months. So I was a little shy of that 2 months to be fully protected. So I did actually get it, but I never went to the hospital. I stayed home the whole time. And I think I had fever and flu symptoms for the first week, and then basically sinus congestion and cough thereafter. So it thankfully was a mild case. And if anyone else has experienced that, I hope that you're okay and that you're staying safe if you haven't gotten it yet. So,
did you get a second vaccination, Michelle?
No, I didn't, because I got the J&J shot.
Oh, okay. Because in Canada, we have to have 2.
Okay. Do you?
And our protocols are totally different than yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And do you have the Pfizer and the Moderna?
Yes,
Okay.
Pfizer.
The J&J in America is a 1 shot.
Oh.
So that's the one I chose to get. But when I went to my doctor, she said she would have advised against it. Oh. I didn't know. So we went on the advice of the paramedic that we were serviced by. Yes. And he said that's what he would have chosen even for his kids. And so I decided to go ahead and get that.
Yes. Yes.
I was hesitant, honestly. We didn't want to get it at all. No, we wanted to trust our own immune system. Yeah. But after thinking about MahjCon and about our demographic and just what was going on at that time, we decided to go ahead and get that vaccine. But yes, typically we would not have. It's kind of uncertain times for many people, and we're all kind of blazing new trails right now. All right, so does anyone have any questions about COVID in particular? Okay, with that, we'll go on then to the rest of this. So we are still selling in-person tickets, general admission, 177, and our limit is 100 seats. We've sold 63 so far, and we're not sure if we'll sell out. It'd be nice if we could, but we're just kind of watching and waiting. We're 30 days out as of tomorrow. So it's kind of, we're in the home stretch. And let's see. Oh, the other change besides the COVID update that I wanted to share is that we have canceled the live stream service. This particular cost was not feasible based on our ticket sales. And so we had to cancel that event. We only sold 6 tickets, and the cost far exceeded what we could afford with those low sales. And we think that that impact had a little to do also with COVID and our ability to give a robust experience through virtual live streaming. So we decided to cancel that service, so only in person is available. Now, for the supporter and benefactor, one of their benefits was access to live stream videos. So in lieu of that, we're going to give them access to videotape, any video footage, and additional photo galleries that we'll have. So we're hoping to still give them some benefit based on what we promised. And so any questions about that? Otherwise?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Please ask your question.
I got paid way early, and I'm in the midst of a move, and I don't think I could find my actual tickets. Are we going to be on a list, or do we have to have the physical ticket?
Okay, bear with me there. So your ticket, if I believe, let's see, someone had that question. Let me stop sharing. Well, actually, I did want to share something else in here in a minute, but I want to answer your question. So I'm going to stay on the website for a minute. I think that if you go to your email that you got, do you know if you still saved the email? Because you should have a link to a digital ticket on that
I think
original.
so.
I'm sorry?
I think so.
Okay, so there should be a link there to the digital ticket. And if you can't find that link on your notice of your purchase for the tickets, just send us an email at support@mahjcon.com, and we'll be able to go into the back end of the ticket system, and we'll be able to access your digital ticket that way. So I think having a digital ticket would be helpful for the registration process, but we'll also have a list of names. So one way or another, if you purchase a ticket, you'll get in.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions about tickets or about? Go ahead.
Can you hear me, Michelle? This is Connie Dean.
Hi, Connie. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I can see the ladies that are there. I wanted to ask you, I won a virtual ticket at the workshop that I attended.
Mm-hmm.
And so are you telling me you're going to send me a video?
We actually were, if you won a ticket, did you purchase it yet or no? Because even if you, I'm sorry?
It was something I won at the workshop that you and Debbie did.
Okay, I think what we're doing, let me talk to Debbie, because this idea of giving access to the supporter and benefactor is something that came up just recently, like yesterday, when we were talking about the live stream cancellation, and we were looking at some options on what we could do to still get some kind of footage. So let me talk to Debbie. I think that might be a nice idea, but I'm not sure about the logistics on that. So I'm going to take a note about that, and we'll get back to you and any other previous virtual ticket holders or winners of the virtual tickets, because we have had several events where we did give away virtual tickets. So we'll have some kind of offering, because we of course feel terrible that we had to cancel, but we sold so few tickets, it just was not feasible to foot the bill. The idea when we created the virtual ticket, the price tag on that ticket was going to cover most of the cost of the service, and we hoped to sell 50 tickets, and we only sold 6. So you can imagine the price of that service was just not going to be feasible for us this year anyway.
I understand.
Okay, so virtual ticket holder. Options. Okay, so I have written this down, and I'll make sure to get back with you, Connie. And then, of course, anybody else who won a virtual ticket or anyone who purchased a virtual ticket, if you have any questions, please send us an email, and we'll, of course, reach out to you if we come up with something new on that. So the other thing that I wanted to mention here is these extracurriculars. We've decided that we want to do more throughout the year to help raise money ongoing for MahjCon, because hosting a conference and signing a contract, putting down deposits and getting swag, and paying for services like the live streaming, it comes at a price. And so we need to be able to raise funds to help support the event once we get to the big event in October. So we are going to be doing live workshops, both in person on about a quarterly basis. And then we're also going to do virtual workshops on a monthly basis where we're not in person. So there'll be 3 in-person workshops in the villages every year. And that'll be, I believe, January, April, and June. And so those 3 months will be in person in the villages for workshops. And then between or in all those other months, once a month, we'll do a virtual workshop where we'll have skill builders and strategy sessions. And the funds raised through those workshops will go to support MahjCon, so we can do bigger and better things on the annual event. And then the other fun thing that we're going to try is a marathon. And this will be I believe we've planned it to be I think a 4 or 8 hour session where we're going to have community leaders and celebrities join us in marathon games. We'll play 4 games and have multiple sessions where we have different people join us, and we're going to play live, and people will be able to see our hands and kind of share in the experience of playing online. And so that is going to be once a year, I believe, to start. And I think we're going to try to do that in April. So if you are interested later, you can go to the extracurriculars page, scroll down, you can see definitions of those 2 events that we're holding right now. And then we also added a calendar that gives you a visual of what we're doing, where we'll be. If it'll be in person, you'll see a state like Florida, and then otherwise it'll be virtual. And we hope eventually to travel with the workshops, but for now we're going to keep it local to save on costs. Let's see. So other than that, I think that is the last update. I do want to quickly just share about our speakers. Fern Bernstein is going to be our correspondent, and she also is going to be an exhibitor. Of course, Debbie and I will be speaking. Barney Galacio will be the, the MC at the Jubilee, and he's also going to do a player session on tournaments. And Gladys Grad will be doing a short speech for our lunch session, as well as Fern will be sharing a few words as well. And I wanted to share also about our sponsors. Our sponsors are usmjtable.com. They have automatic Mahjong tables. We have Gammon Village, who sells obviously Mahjong sets, but they also sell backgammon, chess, Go, things like that. So if you're into games, check out Gammon Village. We also have Mahjong Time as a sponsor. They're a great online platform. It's the most realistic platform, in my opinion. That's where I like to play. We also have Mah's Helping Hand. This is the company who has the highlighters that you can put on cards to kind of mark what hand you might be focusing on. And people who are new to the game or people who like to play Siamese Mahjong enjoy using those highlighters. We also have a sponsor for Where the Winds Blow, and they are a Mahjong supplier and gift. They have a brick and mortar and a online store. And then of course we have AMGIA, which is American Mahjong Instructor Association, as a sponsor. So all of these, if you just click on their logo, you'll go to their page and you'll be able to see a little bit more about them. So just click on those icons, read about them, and if you will, like them on Facebook if you like them, and check out their websites and their products and services. We also have exhibitors joining us. We have Daza, I think that's how you pronounce it, Daza Mahjong. They have a special or a custom designer set. We have 2 authors who will have exhibitor tables. We have Sari Edelstein, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She wrote My Secret Mahjong Diary, and we have Fern Bernstein, who wrote Mahjong Mondays. She also has a podcast that's a lot of fun to listen to. We'll have a table, an automatic Mahjong table on display for usmahjongtable.com. We will have an exhibitor table for Alzheimer's, and incidentally, Alzheimer's will be the recipient of the funds that we raise at the Jubilee, which is why I'm wearing this, and I'll get to that in a minute. Modern Mahjong will be exhibiting with us. They're the two ladies who are great friends who came up with Mahjong's and Mah Jongg dice, and they have all kinds of other fun accessories and even a replica and robe set that is beautiful. So check out Modern Mah Jongg. And then we have Mah Jongg wipes. This is the lady who created some little travel packs of sanitizer and Mah Jongg wipes for Mah Jongg players. A really clever item that is a lot of fun to have at your game or parties and such. So please visit our exhibitor page to get to know them. And finally, we are accepting, I believe we're accepting applications for backup volunteers. And between now and then, we never know what could happen. Someone might not be able to travel or attend as a volunteer. And so we are looking for backup volunteers. If you're interested in helping out or being a backup volunteer, click Get Involved. And on that page, if you scroll down, you'll see here's a link to a volunteer application, and you'll be able to apply and be kind of a understudy. I think the training is in next week or so, so there may be a deadline on that if you're interested in helping. So any questions on the information I shared about sponsors, exhibitors, and volunteering? If not, I just want to share one more thing, and that is about the, let's see, oh, here we go, schedule, please, there we go. You can download our program. This is a PDF. Did everyone see this PDF that you could download? It's kind of handy to have with you on your smartphone at the event, or something that you can download and look at later. It's basically information from the website, but it's in a little different format, and it would be portable, and you could even share it with your friends. So be sure to download that if you like. What I wanted to share is about the Jubilee, and this is going to be, if you don't already know, a themed event the night before. So it'll be on Sunday the 10th, and we're going to meet to play Mahjong and have some fun playing Mahjong for prizes. This is a separate event in kind of a celebration form the night before for anyone who comes early. And it's interesting because we really didn't know what kind of response we were going to get. We were thinking maybe half the attendees would want to attend, but everybody wants to attend. So we're very happy that people are excited about the Jubilee, and we will be doing this every year. Some kind of a themed Jubilee, and this year it's Get Your Gatsby On, which is why I'm wearing this. And I just wanted to share that it is sponsored by Gammon Village. And if you are interested in preparing a costume in advance, there's a link to a costume source called Babyyond, and I've purchased several things from this site, and I can tell you from experience, oh, that looks like my dress right there. So from my experience, their products are affordably priced, and the quality is surprisingly good for the price that you see on the site. They have dresses, accessories, and they even have clothing for men. So I just wanted to point that out. And that really concludes the updates. Thank you for joining us, those of you who joined during the event. This will be reposted on YouTube. So if you'd like to watch the repost, you're welcome to do that. So I'd like to just open it up to any Q&A. Anyone have any questions? I would do my best to answer for you.
It looks like so much fun, Michelle. The date that you picked, of course, is Canadian Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh,
but
interesting.
But it's quite difficult for us to travel into the United States, unfortunately. But it sounds like so much fun. I'd love to be able to attend, but I just can't plan on it, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we would love to have our Canadian friends, and hopefully next year, excuse me, hopefully next year we'll get through all these cooties that are going around. Yes, and it's a little hard to say right now, huh? I'm sorry?
We certainly hope so.
Yeah, yeah. In many ways, we hope so. for now, we are hoping to be in Reno, and we're considering doing it virtual, depending on what happens through the end of this year with the trends. So we're just keeping an eye on all that. And we're very serious about doing this safely, and we certainly don't want to put anyone in any kind of danger. So if you joined us late, I did go over the whole COVID concerns and that we're monitoring CDC guidelines. There are links on our website. We even have a special COVID page with all kinds of information that can help you make a decision on whether or not you'll attend. And if you do attend, anyone vaccinated, just to recap quickly, anyone vaccinated is free to not wear a mask. You, of course, can wear a mask if you like to. And then anyone unvaccinated will need to wear a mask. And that's based on the guidelines or requirements, I should say, by the Marriott, which is where we're having the event.
Right. Yeah.
Michelle,
No,
are you going to check for vaccination, or is it just going to be people?
Yeah, we decided not to require proof of vaccination. Now we're still 30 days out, and I've been watching. I follow this doctor, Dr. V, if anyone's interested. He's a bariatric surgeon, and he, of course, has a lot of concerns about COVID because anyone who's obese or morbidly obese has that comorbidity. And so he's been studying and following everything that's been going on. And so I've been following him, and he's really concerned about the fall. And he thinks that there are going to be some mandates from the president. So we'll just have to wait and see. Between now and MahjCon, we may end up getting a mandate where everyone will have to wear a mask, whether you're vaccinated or not. We're not sure. And that's why we're following CDC guidelines, and we're also keeping an eye on the Marriott's policy. Right now, their policy is if you're vaccinated, you don't need to wear a mask. If you aren't vaccinated, you need to wear a mask. And that's what we're following right now.
One quick question, Michelle.
Yes, Connie, I can barely hear you.
Oh, I'm
there
sorry.
you are. Okay, go ahead.
One quick question. Will people be able to buy tickets to attend at the door?
Well, no, I believe, let me just log on to Ticket Tailor, because I think that we said that ticket sales end the day before, but let me double check.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're not going to be selling at registration. You have to buy your ticket on Ticket Tailor or through the ticketing system, which is on our website, and it's through a system called Ticket Tailor. But I'm going to quickly check it out and see what the deadline is for purchasing a ticket. That's a really good question. I don't think anyone has asked that question yet. So let me just see what we have on here. Available through October 9th. So the day before, no more sales. So we'll sell up to the 9th, the day before.
My birthday.
Oh, nice. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you. I keep
Okay.
wondering if my husband will surprise me.
I'm sorry.
I said, I keep hoping my husband will surprise me.
Oh, tell him to go to our website. There's lots of fun information there, and hopefully he'll be inspired. And of course, after this year, we're going to have videos and we're going to have photos. We're going to have a videographer there. So we'll have galleries to show people what they might, give them an idea of what they might experience at MahjCon, and hopefully more and more people will be inspired to come, because our hope is that every year it'll be like a reunion of Mahjong enthusiasts. That's our vision, that everyone will want to come, hang out, play lots of Mahjong, attend speaker sessions where they can build their skills, learn new strategies, dig into the rules, and we'll have other tracks as well, like for instructors who will be able to get started as an instructor, build a Mahjong business, learn how to market themselves, things like that. And then also we'll have tracks in the future for Mahjong group leaders, Mahjong collectors, and tournament directors. So we have big plans and a big vision, and we hope to offer content that will be appealing to all kinds of interests, everything about Mahjong. There's lots of different aspects about the game, more than just playing. Does anybody else have any other questions? No? All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate seeing your faces and hearing your questions. And I think we're all getting very excited. We're a month out. And stay tuned for the next, we're going to do another one, probably the week before the normal event, because if we didn't, we would be doing a MahjCon Backstage the week of MahjCon. So we'll probably do it the week before. So we'll have one more update on the Thursday, the first Thursday of October. So stay tuned for that event posting. If you're not following us on Facebook, please do. Just go to MahjCon on Facebook, follow us there, because we give updates there and we hold conversations, answer questions there. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, MahjCon Media, please do. We're going to be providing content there as well. So I want to say thank you so much again for being here. It's a pleasure to host you and see you. Please, if you have any further questions, write them in the comment section below, comment on Facebook, or send us an email to support@mahjcon.com.
Thanks.
So between now and the next episode, play with passion.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Michelle.
you.